All right, so we'll call the meeting for the February 3rd Select Board meeting to order. It's 6:35. Review the agenda for additions and deletions. I had a couple things under other business, mainly just updates. I did share about the cemetery. No, North Cambridge Cemetery.
Yep, last time.
Done. I have a quick thing about the solar reimbursement that I just want to run by you guys.
Okay,
And then, got an email from Cambridge Rescue about some heat pumps at their, at the rescue building. I just wanted to let you guys know about that as well. And then this may be not other business, but maybe it's more agenda for next time, the subdivision regs.
I think.
Okay, I have questions there and I see it was on my to-do list and I failed. So let's talk about that under the agenda for next time. Okay, so just two items for other business. Any other things for the agenda?
Nothing for me.
Okay, so we'll move on to public comment. So we'll move to public comments for anything that's not currently on the agenda for this evening. Do we have any public comment? Mr. McDowell?
Yes, I'd like to talk about a topic you discussed a couple of meetings ago concerning County Highway 60. My name was brought up, or the Trails Committee was brought up about, it's a class 4 road, connects Pratt Road to Stebbins Thompson. I live on Thompson Road. Continue on down, finish the road. And he said, no, the problem he has is Golden Dog Farm is so popular. He has between 5,000 and 6,000 guests per year. Did the math on that. That's 15 people per day. And the biggest problem is people showing up at the farm that don't have a reservation. The guests pay $100 to play with 9 golden retrievers for an hour. He said they come from every state in the country and 53 different countries around the world. And he said the biggest problem is the two-way traffic on the road, it doesn't work. It's basically a one-way road. So he may have to route them around, come back on the Pratt Road. So what I'm trying to get to here is, I don't support the idea of converting into a trail. You have to put some money into it, it goes up, it goes down, so it's not suitable for, handicapped folks. And with that amount of traffic coming up the other side, it wouldn't be very compatible with walkers and bikers. So it's up to you whether you want to give them the property or not, or you have to do a petition, I guess you mentioned that.
Yeah, so we decided at the last, or whatever the last
2
meeting
meetings
was,
ago,
yeah, we weren't gonna take it up ourselves. That if the road wants to be reclassified as anything, whether it's discontinued or a trail or whatever, it's people have to do a petition to do that.
Okay.
And follow that process, and then it would come to the select board for that process to start. So if he wants to declassify it or discontinue it, it would be up to him to.
So you've got to get like 5% of the voters to sign a petition.
Is that right?
Yeah, I spoke to him a while about it, as well about it. He knows that,
So he's aware of that.
he's aware of the petition.
It's been a minute since I've looked it up, but it's a pretty, if you go onto the state website, it's a pretty laid out. Step-by-step process for discontinuing a state highway or a town highway. We went through that with County Farm Road. It was a little more complicated there because there's a few more steps because it crossed town line and Dr. Hill. So it involves the neighboring town in that instance.
Right. Well, I can mention one successful class 4 road is, well used is the other half of West Farm. From
Definitely.
West Farm to Cliff Reynolds, about a mile, I guess. Heavily used by cyclists, horseback riders, walkers. And that's not.
Years.
But for those purposes, because it's basically a flat road, works well. But, in this case, because he's got a business up there, highly successful business. He sells syrup and honey and T-shirts and caps and go onto their website, goldendogfarm.com.
So, yeah, so I guess basically you just want to say that you wouldn't be in support of making a trail.
Exactly, that's the
It
trail.
doesn't, to me, it doesn't change anything else other than we've already said, if he wants to, if anybody's, it doesn't have to be the landowner, anybody can
Right.
propose to discontinue or reclassify a road.
Okay,
If they get the right number of petitions and stuff.
okay, I just want to get that document, that's all. Thank you.
But what's his real motivation?
Well, I think you just explained it, but
No, but he has a huge 15 people a day coming onto his property. They go up the road, they turn right onto his farm. Where's the problem with the people just walking on the road?
I'm just saying because of the traffic going through there,
Car traffic,
yeah. Every day,
but their parking lot is down right off of Pratt Road. And then they walk up, not the road that we are talking about, they walk up another driveway.
okay.
Yeah, he already built and access it, really ain't even going
Yeah.
up that road.
Yeah,
It's deep in there in his property.
well, I think we're getting a little off topic. The point is still that we're saying if anyone wants to discontinue a road or reclassify it, there's a process, and
okay.
the select board decided not to do it on their own volition, that
Okay,
it'd be up to any landowner to do that if they want to.
the other problem with the trail would be the responsibility of the Teamers Trails Committee to maintain it. We do not have the capacity for that. We
That's
got
fine.
so much on our plate right now.
Yep.
Looking at 2 years worth of work we gotta do. Greenway extension, we gotta water the trees at the
Yep.
silo field. We can't take that anymore.
Fair enough. That's perfectly
That's
reasonable.
my main resale, besides all these other issues, so.
Peter's coming up with some free time to help you with that, so.
Yeah, we got another.
Always there.
All right, thank you. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thanks, Dave. So, if there are no other public comment, we'll move on to the consent agenda, which is the minutes from our January 20th meeting and the warrants.
Oh, moved.
Is there a second? Any further discussion? Minutes or questions on the warrant? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor of approving the consent agenda signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye, opposed, abstained. Motion carries. Next is the annual tax anticipation note.
So every year we, at least the last few years, we have borrowed money to get us through until tax time. Sorry, we're just having some connection issues. We have to borrow money to get us through until we collect taxes in November. This year the number is a little larger than normal. Just based on our cash flow, delinquent taxes and whatnot. So last year we borrowed 1.85 million. This year we need 2.288 million to get us through. We have a couple of options. If we follow suit with last year, which makes the most sense economically with, borrowing and whatnot. We end up making out pretty well the interest in the beginning.
So yeah, is there paper or documents on that or?
Yes, they are here.
Oh,
For some reason, I'm looking at the packet and it's not in there. Sorry about that. Maybe it's not the packet. We put the new packet in. That's why.
what is the rate?
It's just under 6%.
What was it?
Like
last
how
year?
far under?
5.75.
Thank you.
I didn't see that. What did I see?
It's not on that page.
That's the rate that's gonna. So there's our
Oh, okay.
gain and then there's our.
Okay, got it. Yep.
That's how much we gain back. We pay 5.75 and we get 3%. Okay,
Do you know what those numbers were last year?
As far as
The rates?
exactly the same.
Oh, okay.
and why such a big increase? I mean, that's a lot of money,
Taxes,
mostly.
cash flow, grants, we don't have as many grants this year.
Okay,
A lot of grants coming in last year. That was money we spent in 2024. Just to sit that afforded us to have less.
Oh, sorry, I wrote down.
so it said 365 days, but how long will we really borrow it for?
A two.
If we do it tomorrow, we have to have it completely
Comma
paid by
four.
December 31st.
Oh, okay.
What?
So much less than.
2,288,400.
And will we?
We have to.
That's kind of scary.
If we don't, it's rather expensive after the first of the year.
What are the other, are they all the same or what's the?
This is a tax certificate.
Details on it all.
There's three, you get your tax, and then you have the agreement, and you have the.
That's 5.75. We three back.
Cost us. Three.
Oh. Oh, gotcha.
That's how we paid last year. Last year it cost us 77-ish, and then 800.
Can you just explain that one more time?
So it cost us the loan, just like our everyone else,
Any note, yeah,
cost us money to borrow money,
yes.
but when we have that money in our account.
Yeah.
We're making more on that money than it's costing us to buy.
How stays.
I thought you said it was 3%.
They're other,
And we're gonna.
so we're borrowing.
Oh, thank God.
I know, that's why I was like, wait a minute.
We're netting
2.75.
to yes.
Okay. That makes much more sense.
That's how we,
That's how this is a good business.
that's how we're afforded to be able to do this. Because
Why don't we borrow more?
Well,
Stop it, stop it.
we're putting, we get the money back, right, when we put all the school taxes in there as well, right? So we're adding the 9 million or whatever it is, there, it sits for a month.
for a month or more, depending on when money comes in, but we hold all of the Memorial North Supervisory District money, we hold all the Cambridge Elementary School money until December 20th,
And
thereabout.
then we write the check back to the schools.
So we just use, $12 million for a certain amount of time.
That insurance.
$12 million accumulates.
At 5.75%.
It accumulates pretty quickly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I feel better. Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's how it works. It hasn't always worked out in the net positive. It's sometimes depending on when that money comes in, when it goes out, like, there's some nuances there.
If we get paid later by a majority of the residents, then you're gonna see that number for 2024, for instance, our total was about 90,000 in revenue.
Yep.
This year, we were way over 120. So that's just because people paid a little earlier and. But
Can we encourage people to pay over there?
certainly not possibility.
Sure. As soon as you get back from the other country, you can.
But if we,
Exact campaign,
Going around.
but if we didn't have delinquencies, we would have,
we would have been all right.
we would have really been all right.
Right.
Yeah, the delinquencies really.
But we haven't always done this.
I'm not sure when it started, but
It was at least when I started on the select board, it had been done,
Your whole tenure, we've been doing it.
yeah.
Okay,
It's a common thing for if all towns do it.
okay.
I've been growing up in Fletcher, being involved over there quite a bit. They do the same thing.
Okay. Thank you.
we're just talking about arbitrage. That's.
Yes.
Anybody else have any other questions?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so there'd be a motion in order to sign, or we all have to sign the
Three.
tax anticipation note, the tax anticipation borrowing, I'm sorry, the resolution for the tax anticipation borrowing, and then the tax certificate. Maybe that's just for the tax anticipation. I guess you don't need the tax anticipation borrowing.
There's three packets you need to sign.
Tax anticipation note, resolution, and the tax certificate.
So moved.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Probably should add the amounts. then.
Yeah.
Sorry, Donna. The amount of $2,288,400 with an interest rate of 3% per annum. And ANNUF.
Per annum.
I didn't see the 575.
That's our that's our check account.
Oh, okay, all right. Gotcha. That makes more sense. Why it's not. Okay. Any further discussion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstained. Carries. This is only one of the middle, and that's a. We're gonna follow it now.
Things you didn't even know you had.
Everyone's gonna know what it is.
Oh.
Facebook.
Oh, Danny's got one on this one, so.
That's enough of that.
Why did you need my middle initial?
The warning.
Oh.
Cause 2 or 3 were already in there, and I didn't have yours or Danny's, so I've had to ask both of you for it. Except Danny, sorry, with your like 2-part last name, it looks really weird. So, just, yeah,
I
if
have
you could
always
fix that,
been like,
I would appreciate it. Moving on, town report review.
Submitted it
Yeah,
yesterday. We do have time to make some changes if needed. Are there any changes that anyone wants to make?
I found only one. But I was looking back through our notes because we specifically talked about it, and I don't remember where we landed on it. Okay. But CJ Manchester is not on the finance committee.
Is he on there the book
Yeah,
again?
yeah. Cause it was, I cannot think of her name. She was on it. Cause Mark Schilling took CJ's spot.
Yeah,
And then, why can't I think of her name? She said she didn't attend last year because she had a schedule conflict. She said she fixed that. She was gonna attend the night of the first meeting. She said,
Yeah.
nope, can't do it.
that was
So she resigned.
Terry,
No, Terry's still on it.
not Terry,
Go back and play softball with her.
Ken?
Yeah, Holden, yes, yeah. So she stepped down. So there is a vacancy, but
Did
there's
look
a
at the rest.
vacancy plus 8,
Yeah,
or sorry, a
7.
vacancy plus 7,
yeah.
and there's only 7 members, so it should be a vacancy plus 6.
And did you check the rest of that?
Yes,
And everything looked good?
yeah,
Just that one,
Trisha, Adam.
but the rest of the document, I mean, not just the.
Oh. That's the only one that stood out to me. I thought the rest of them looked fine.
Yeah, well, I did too until I didn't realize it, so.
Well, I know we talked about it, and then
Yeah.
when you clarified it, it was like, oh yeah, that makes sense, and then I moved on, but
I
I
feel like
didn't
I've redone that 3 times and checked for CJ because someone else caught it. And I took it. Anyway, so I'll look into that.
But that's extremely minor, if that's like the only thing. I don't think it's worth $15, but.
Well, if I do it before tomorrow, it won't cost us anything, but, is everyone happy with the way the budget came out? As far as,
Did you? Oh, that's here. It's hard to tell looking on the. Oh, oops, there we go.
Let me look, cause. Okay. Sorry. I'm gonna say no.
Hmm.
No.
Oh, use them. Oops, what did I do with mine? Oh, here, here. I like the lines better, honestly.
Yeah.
Thought that was. Oops. It honestly, if there's a way to try to make it a little bit bigger, that would be. It's like you gotta, I don't know,
if you make it a half a font size larger, it takes up like another page.
um. So you, out of, like foundations, out of Nemrick.
Yep.
It spits it into an Excel or CSV file,
That's an Excel file.
Yeah.
A rough one.
and then you massage it in there.
Yep.
What's the deadline? Tomorrow, like, at a day?
Like the night before I leave.
Oh.
See it? You have a printed version?
Yeah.
I just
That's,
curious, because
yeah, that's the one, yeah.
Cause I was just comparing it side by side. to
Yeah.
Last year, it looks a little smaller, but I'm like, I was trying to think, cause you could shrink the account column over a little bit. To try to like suck in the width of the chart,
Mhm.
I don't know. It's- Yeah,
Yeah, there is a lot of wasted, I don't know if it would really make it bigger.
what is it?
I tried to break it, so there wasn't like half of a,
Yeah,
you know,
on another page.
another page.
Yeah.
probably
It's like smaller on the printed version versus what it does here, it's.
It's,
yeah, I don't have
But
a
I- Like that.
blue beam, I just have Adobe Reader on it. Print to that.
oh, that is small.
Yeah, but that's why I have glasses though, I guess.
Oh, no.
But it's not the width, so you gotta expand the column.
Is that your profound statement?
Well. It helps me a lot, yes. As long as the lights are bright, then I can see it.
I can read it.
Cause you don't have. So,
It's, but it's like, with it, I don't know.
That's where it was on there.
All right, so could you do some of them, like the ones that aren't a full page, or is that like too bad on eyes? Space,
Keep it consistent.
yeah. This one will remain small.
Cause you lose last column. I mean, if they can- you
Lose
lose
that
last column.
fat and chunk. Pat in a row,
I think I was just gonna crash.
and like the ones that get close, and they'll skip to the next page.
Oh, yeah, but see, we got a whole half page there,
Right, but like some of them don't.
maybe a quarter or a fifth of a page, quarter of a
They
page.
should use that to go over somewhere else and then it doesn't stay.
No, just do them each page itself, just do each. You did a good job, not,
Oh, you're saying to be smaller here and the larger font there.
well, where it allows.
Yeah, so I tried doing that on my own when I printed them for the meeting over here.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh, okay, I wanna make sure the total bucket is on the same page.
yeah.
And I started doing that, and I'm like, man, this is so much wasted space when I tried doing that.
Yeah, that's
I'm just going for less paper.
that's what I was trying to do, is so people could see the totals without having to flip pages.
Great photos on the front. Beautiful write up.
I know.
That page was beautiful. Not bad.
I wanted to look at. Oh, It's Donna, no, yeah.
So, yeah, is it in, I wonder if it's in landscape or something there, because, I can't print a PDF or anything, but I like just. Like I got it. So you shrink this. That column over as much as possible.
Yeah, I know how it looks here, but it's not. Yeah.
I think you're gonna run into that, Cody, with it. You're all the way over on the left-hand side.
What's
And
that?
I think you've got all that way over on the left-hand side of the page. Your
Yeah.
left-hand margin's gone. And that's gonna be in the binder of the book. And I think that's gonna be up higher.
Oh,
Oh, I could just switch the
To see
margins to kick it over the other
We're
way.
not looking to make space roll up. We're trying to make space. We want the letters to be taller. So.
How many pages is the budget right now? You know, off the top of your head?
I don't know. I can't remember my head.
but we got under 100.
That's, yeah, we're right there. So I think it's 12.
Oh, it's just this.
Yeah, the last page.
Yeah. Well, that's the other issue. We gotta keep that in mind too, because this is 17. But I could probably make it
last year's stuff.
But yeah, that's not perfect.
Well, I think we'll clean it up to be there, but it's not gonna do. No, you're right about the margins. I'd have to shove it over. But.
And you've probably done this a hundred times, so picking my ignorance, but by expanding that. Bringing this over does not, does it still mess it?
Nothing changes with width of the columns. So right now it's 11 font
Yeah.
size. We go 11.5. Okay. Then by the time you massage it to work, you need another couple of pages to make everything lay out right.
Just a half a point, huh?
I didn't know.
Last year I tried to
Allow it
do
like
it,
that.
which is, a lot of people complain because of the way it lined up when I tried to expand it to. This one, it lines up well, so everything is,
Yeah,
but it's small.
I think it does flow together well, being consistent the way it is.
It's just like,
And if it's tightened and I'll tell you, if I can rate it.
yeah, I mean, I can try to play with it tonight. See if we get some more, but.
Good.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm zooming to 100%. I can't, for some reason, it won't let me go, plenty of margin.
When I massage it doesn't sell. Because you try to massage it, PDF.
Yeah.
It's,
Oh,
really it's messy.
Mhm.
oh, we can play with it, I guess, after. I get a little bit bigger, but the problem is it gaining pages.
Over here for a second. Well, correct.
So I found a few extra pages, one of the outside committees. I had the request for funding and their town report in the back, so that saved 3 pages. So I didn't have to consolidate.
Well, the other one that takes up quite a bit is the library's budget is 2 pages. And
Yep.
if you took my template, it condensed that, it cut a page.
Yep.
I have no issue with it, no copyright infringements on it, but that would save that. If we were that close. Yeah, next year, the conservation, they could probably drop 3 years of financials at this point. That's really hard to read.
Yeah, that was my thing. Really good.
This is 101, so the cover doesn't count, right?
Both sides of the cover and back cover don't count. So subtract 4.
on the budget or on the book?
So if you gain that page, it'd be 5. It's 3 pages. Okay. The page
Multiples of 4, so you have to think about if the other way it lays out. So if you lay out with an odd number, you have to have a blank page.
Right.
Cause then you have, so, that's just to keep that in mind. So 99, you have to have 98. Right, so 99 is not gonna cut it because even page is gonna be on the back cover. It's really, took me a minute to wrap my head around that.
Well,
Anybody else want this?
I'll leave this open for now, but probably worth a 5 minute thing. If you can't get it, it is what it is. But
What am I trying to?
I don't know, see if we could play with that to make it work. I could also cut that one page out of that budget too, if we were one page off, but. Cause right now you have an even number.
Right now, I'm gonna need the number, yeah.
I said 101.
Track 4, so you're at 96,
97.
97, so then I have a blank page, 98,
Oh, okay.
and then you have your inside back covered and then.
Gotcha. Okay. Anything else on town report?
So try to make the font bigger,
Yeah, if we can.
so maybe Manchester,
Honestly, that's relatively minor, so.
yeah, but I corrected it. It's gotta be something, so.
Oh, I was gonna check that. I don't think anything else stuck out to me. I did check my list of the things I had on that section. That was the only one I saw.
Went through after we talked and we corrected the CJ Manchester and all the finance committee, and then I updated the district. All those look good, but for some reason, I don't know how CJ keeps popping back in there.
Yeah.
Manchester, that's what they do.
Either I saved the wrong file to the report or.
No, because everything else seems right. I don't.
Sorry.
So what was the other thing? There was a date that was doubled in there. Yeah, that's correct too. No, everything else is fixed.
That's just a
Just that one.
Town meeting modernization, we haven't disbanded them yet.
No, because well, Peter, Upstruck joined and then somebody else dropped off and they were kind of in a holding pattern until they felt like, the state legislature took up one of their causes. So I think they were kind of hoping for that, but likely we need to consider this year whether that's worth continuing or not, or there's more interest in how to improve it, but I think it's probably at this point dead, I guess.
Well,
But I mean, I think that was one of the last ones I went to. They were talking about kind of, keeping talking things, but still there. Because of this the law, through going through legislature or whatever stuff, see what happened there. So if something did happen, they were there.
They did get Lucy to put up, well, I don't know what they call it, there's some board, I guess, where they put up different
Yeah,
priorities.
she did that.
Up there.
If that pops up.
Yeah. So there's a bookmark, I guess, so to speak, on it.
okay, thank you.
Anything else? Well. Okay. We'll try to make those those two changes, but other than that, Eric will submit it as is.
If I have a digital version of that, I can fix it. If I don't.
All good?
Yep.
Going on a town meeting planning. The only real notes I had was Rick, you said you would check on the food,
Yeah,
the price for, yeah,
let's go.
okay. Good. Tech ambassadors, was that on you or Eric? Who's gonna check on that with Jeremy?
The
You're gonna do
Donna reaching out to Jeremy as well,
it? Okay,
so we can just tie that into the same conversation.
okay.
And did you hear a follow-up from Man's Meadow?
They are gathering answers right now.
Okay.
So I hope to have an answer by the end of the week. Need rights or not.
Paul Luno is still driving at Smugs, so,
Is he?
yeah, so we can't seem to retire.
So you're doing Frank's run.
Yeah. So anyway, he might be a possibility if they want to have a run from bring down the bus with the chairlift.
Um. Uh, Donna, if you're, I don't know if you can unmute or listening, but are you gonna send, I assume, a poll or something for election people or what you need for coverage? So I will not, usually I'm volunteer for the afternoon, but I will not be available this year. I assume she's gotta take care of it.
Let's make a note of it.
That's really all I had. I can't think of anything else that, PowerPoint. Do I have any takers that wanna do that?
The same thing from last year.
Yeah, I mean, I could honestly, it won't take me very long to update it. I mean, it's probably such a big file that it can,
You can't.
are you, that's techie ways.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I can do it if you're gonna send me the file, what did?
Oh, it isn't. Okay. Oh, because there's no pictures in there. That's why.
It wasn't supposed to be as boring as we make it.
Yeah, well, I put the logo and I even chose a color scheme that was roughly the same color of the
Yeah.
town logo, that logo.
What do you need done with the PowerPoint?
So it's basically updating it for twenty
It says
twenty-six.
2025 still.
So I added all the articles. I put the articles in there and then made sure like triple checked that all the dollars matched what's in the warning, like to the penny. That was, Joel was gonna hammer me.
Yeah.
If that was a penny off or anything did not match exactly.
I don't mind doing it if you wanna just
So,
send it file.
yeah, I can do that.
You wouldn't want me doing that.
Do we have a laminator here? No,
Right, you
Thank you
get to,
too.
Okay.
I need one because
So
I
for this,
offered
Do you want
to, get Joel a thing from the state
Uh,
that said,
Yeah.
it's just a
all he gave me was an HDMI plug.
I can
a chart.
situation. It's funny, there are no-
how many
you could
do
do
you
different
need?
ones, but I think I can get a dongle.
You got it with you?
No.
Yeah, what is that?
Outside the house,
You can do it for me? Okay,
as long as they have an 11.
Whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll bring mine too, just in case. I don't,
He may have done it himself,
but I did hear,
But I
because there's
did it for
like a hidden text box.
no problem.
There was a way I could do it so that when it got to that, I could type the name of the candidate in.
Yeah.
Next to it.
Yeah, I remember we did that last year. Responsibility.
Then everyone made fun of me. I know. Well, I'll make fun of the Codys. Yes, I will do that. Send that to you.
Donna is working on the election workers and JPs.
Um. Okay, can anybody think of any other prep items we haven't covered or thought of yet? Gayla, thank you for doing the posts. Proposed farm.
Had a lot of feedback. So good. Questions?
Didn't see that.
What
George reached out yet.
No, I did say it was still a lot of your.
are your thoughts on the field, Eric, this year? Pretty good and frost.
It's
That should be solid.
Get a
Right
foot of
now.
ice next week. Or the week.
I don't see a lot of warm ups, so.
I said, something changes drastically, we should be fine.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, if anything else comes up, we have one more meeting to discuss it, but, if anybody thinks of anything, let me know.
Did you already post the warning on, Redwood Farm?
Then Brett's on front porch farm.
Posted on paper and the walls. On the website.
I can do that next.
I have checked some website in a minute.
Yeah, it's there on the website, which is.
Yeah, if you want to do that, that's,
Yeah.
that works too.
Good next one.
Oh, actually, I did think of something now that I opened up the warning. Have you or has anybody talked to the Jeff Farmers Market Learn?
Yes.
And are they gonna have somebody there?
Yep.
Are they all residents of this town?
The learn is not,
Okay,
farmer's market is
so we should, get that person's name to
Sarah and Shaw.
Sarah, I'm sure.
That's what they said.
You never know.
We have more than Girl Scouts and the cookies in the community center in the lobby.
That's all up to the school. It's, we don't dictate what goes on in the lobby, I guess.
What they had, was it the sixth, that wasn't sixth grade, it was some class trip thing, right? That was,
That was soccer last year, but yeah,
I think good,
reach out to the school.
yeah. As long as it doesn't interfere or obstruct the people's entry to the room, the gym.
There really is only room for two.
Yeah. Okay. TA 60. We did the review last time, right? Or is this?
Last meeting was the mileage certificates to certify our mileage.
Okay.
And this is the numbers they're providing for fiscal year 27. And their financial form for emergency funding and everything that goes with that. And then we have to certify our town road and bridge standards at the same time. So there's two papers that need to sign. One is the annual financial plan. And then the other is the certification of compliance for town road, bridge standards and network inventory.
So it's in the packet, right?
Any questions?
Yes. How could we sign off on that?
So
I don't know what the standards are.
On the website.
Well,
it was the standards we passed in 2019. It's just you as the board acknowledging that we still follow them.
It's one of the check boxes that.
And do we?
Wants to ensure that we have road standards that we require and enforce. And it's one of their check boxes to give us, part of their funding for the mileage.
A lot of our grants have that box checked too, that we have to certify those.
I mean, it's pretty simple. It's, whatever it says, like 18 inches of bank ground minimum or 6 inches of gravel surface floors. Things
So
of
you're gonna
that
have to
nature.
go out with a ruler next year.
Our road money, our road income that you saw in the budget this year.
Yes,
That those numbers are driven by this report.
yes.
Yep.
But I wanna know who does the standard, now, I get the state sets the standard, but who goes out and makes sure that we are?
So every time we do a grant project and every 5 years, we have to have an audit and they go around and every road is broken into a 100-meter segment.
Okay,
And every 5 years, every segment in town needs to be evaluated and graded.
wow,
And we are graded based on how these standards are
Armin,
met on each road. And we are currently failing,
failing,
yes.
what do we do with that?
We're working on it, but it's a multitude of things. It's all these little things add up to
Of
one
course they do,
great big thing. So landowner disputes, fences in the right of way. Runoff from driveways could cause something like that.
yep,
So it isn't just the depth of gravel, it's
That's, they're not gonna check that. They're gonna, when we rebuild or replace a culvert, that's what we're supposed to be doing. And we have to take pictures when we're doing these things to prove that we're doing that. But the ditches, the culverts, the runoff, when they get a heavy rain, when the water runs outside the road, that's a fail for that segment.
And let's be real. We're not the only town in the state that's failing.
so when you say failing, like A, B, C, D failing like that, or 0 to 100?
We are in the 60s failing.
Okay, so they do a 0 to 100 scale,
I'm doing it for
just
simplicity.
for my brain,
Yeah.
okay, thank you,
Yeah, it's.
so we're in the D,
Just.
D's get degrees.
huh?
D's get degrees.
Well, that's true, not all doctors graduated at the top of the class.
So. We made a lot of headway in the last couple of years, but our last inventory landed right after the 2023 flood, so.
That's the last, at the time they did the grading, was after that flood.
Yeah, so that didn't help,
No.
but,
And here's catching and falling.
yeah. And we had floods before that.
Yes, so for your own sake of mind, peace of mind, I've worked in a lot of different towns.
Yep,
There's a lot of towns that are way worse off than we are. Way worse off.
okay,
We are, I mean, when you look at the map though, I mean, Cambridge is a very large town.
landmass,
area.
yep,
Yeah, I don't know where our mileage comes.
Our
where
mileage is high.
yeah, you told me that,
Yeah.
127,
96.
oh, 96,
Yeah. So our mileage is really high for the amount of population we have. And
I looked it up one time. I mean, a lot of our landmass is covered up in the state forest, but.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's tricky mountain towns, a lot of steep mountain roads, like those are not easy roads to maintain. I'm guarantee every one of those is gonna fail every time, like there's not much you can do.
okay,
But, there are a lot of other mountain towns in the state as well, that, they're not all like, Addison or Virgins, right? Nice, big, flat, open land.
I don't know, you go down there and they plow the road one way and then the truck goes from ditch to ditch and Orwell in some of those towns.
Yeah,
Some of them roads are still small.
but, yeah, I mean, there's challenges, but it's not, I'm
as
not
long as they keep
fear of this, the state
losing the
coming
grant.
and banging the door down and telling us, nope, you're done.
You're done,
We're taking all the roads back.
you losers are not getting the funding.
a lot of our funding comes because
So they know we need
I
help,
know we need it.
okay.
Or the government. paving grants, bridge culvert grants, those types of things.
And then
Reduce
schools instead.
I don't envy them at all. But, is there any other questions on the?
You know what that.
So moved.
What, can you name them for me since they're not in front of me,
You want them?
please?
The annual financial plan.
Yeah.
The annual, two for annual financial plan for town highways. And one for town roads and bridge standards and network inventory.
Motion to approve, to sign those.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second,
Any further discussion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, abstained. Carries.
One 39 Vermont Route 109, which is one of our buyout properties. As part of, before we can demolish it, we have to have it tested for lead and asbestos and any other hazards.
See old Peggy Mile,
What's that?
old Peggy Mile location,
Hold on.
oh, 9.
So we did that. And they found a bunch of vermiculite in the attic insulation. They found some drywall and some other areas. Total abatement cost for that building, and it is reimbursed by the, I have to do an amendment for the total, but is $45,100 even. BDM did approve this proposal.
Any of those other contractors get back to you? What did they say? Oh, really?
The complete demolition service is approved through BDM for other projects and work, so they're at the ready.
It's funny, they did the assessment for the St. Albans Town Garage that I bid the other day. I didn't know the price. Abatement.
Yeah.
$1,600 worth of abatement.
At the St. Albans.
Yeah, there were 21 bidders. And I was number 20. So I don't think they're gonna call me.
That one not really cheap.
Well, when I thought it was a lot, and then I actually like read the report and realized that it's like all of the attic insulation.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's 22 cubic yards. 22 cubic or
Here? Ooh,
there's a chance that some of this will be part of the one that we can get, but regardless, that money we go to BDM, not us, either BDM is covering the cost. I will have to do an amendment to the budget because this exceeds the budgeted number for abatement. You only had $10,000.
So before we can demolish the building, we have to get the hazards out.
Yeah,
And that, to do that is 45 grand.
Yeah.
Okay.
it was said there, I'm surprised it wasn't more.
yeah, there's a lot there.
Well, now you make me feel silly. There's only 2 forms to sign.
yeah.
But I said there were 2 signatures, but
Well, you made me lie for the in front of the minute taker.
I can go home. As my punishment, I shall accept it. You,
We'll have his
You
comments
need to
stricken
initial
from the record,
page
Donna.
1. You should initial page 1.
All right, well, I mean, I thought it was a lot, but if the other, I'm just curious what the other 2 were. Over 50, over 60. Oh, okay. Okay, I had never heard of this company until a couple weeks ago, but if they're on the approved list or local.
Just
Seems
a
like they got
little
all the service.
curiosity, is vermiculite?
It's some,
Type of insulation.
similar to asbestos in a way. It comes
Yeah.
from a mine out west. And, I had never heard of it until,
I've been using it for years.
yeah,
Let's go over to this Obashan's, it's in all the dirt that they
so
sell.
there's two kinds of vermiculite. There's a quarry in the Midwest somewhere that's bad. And there's other quarries someplace else that are fine. This stuff was tested to come from out west.
Okay.
It's the seventies, I guess, vintage that had it.
Is there only two differences? I thought there was
Yeah.
like 3 or 4 different.
Because there are-
over the years.
Vermiculates that are fine.
Okay, cause I've been, been breathing that stuff for years. I'm
Yeah.
still alive.
Libby, Montana,
That
contains asbestos.
Yeah.
Where in Montana?
Libby,
So that
Montana.
explains it.
If your home was built before 1990, there's a chance it contains vermiculite insulation.
This home was built in the seventies, so.
Well, I was shocked that town garage.
It's in Marietta.
The home was built in the 80s and it had asbestos.
I don't know whose house it is.
Really?
Yeah.
This is Mary Edwards'
Early
house.
80s, yeah.
Yeah.
Old house.
So we just need a motion to approve the proposal from Complete Demo Services, Complete Demolition Service LLC.
Some
Seconded.
There's more of a question, but yes, okay. Any further discussion?
Did the motion say what the amount is, or does that?
Yep, $45,100.
he's local, maybe that's why he's lower.
Do you want me to sign it or do you want to just authorize Eric to sign it?
I think.
Do you have it with
Has to
you?
Sign it too, right?
Doesn't, so far,
This says
Oh, not
plan.
even.
it says plan.
Can we add, authorize Eric Buzan to sign the proposal?
Okay.
To get with the amendments to the motion.
This is the date.
Any further discussion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries.
I should say date.
Other business, so easy one first. Cambridge had a customer, client, friend, somebody came to them, offered said if I might have a way to donate heat pumps for the rescue building. Would you guys be interested if I could do that? And they said potentially yes. So somebody came through, got it's one condenser with 3 units to donate to Cambridge Rescue. They would figure out a way, they would pay for the installation,
Who's the they?
Cambridge Rescue.
Okay.
But it's free to them, but being it's our building, they wanted to know if it was okay to have that work done.
Amen, do it.
So, I initially told them, yep, go ahead. And then I was like, well, that's not really my thing to say. So bring it back to you all officially to see what you think first.
Do we have any info about these things? Are they new? Are they used? Why are they free?
I understood that they were new, is what I understood, but I don't.
I don't know that specifically, to be honest.
Mm.
but
Don't look at that gift horse in the mouth, you know.
Yeah.
Well, it's likely gonna increase their power bill, but I don't know. I assume they're putting air conditioners in their windows in the
Yeah,
summertime.
apparently, yeah.
So, I have them in my house and, yeah, I'm not running the thing right now, but in the summertime, they come in pretty handy to keep it down, you know. keep
What
the
about in
humidity.
those shoulder seasons?
Those says in the fall and then the spring.
It depends on if I really feel motivated to get a fire going in the wood stove.
Right. I know, I hear you.
Pretty easy just to hit that button and turn it on.
Okay.
But I suspect, I mean, for me, I love it more for the AC and the dehumidification in the
Yeah.
summertime. I don't really care for the heat so much, but
That's what they make the most sense for now, and a lot of people are realizing that. Last 2 or 3 years, the fuel companies are seeing that they're not being used so much and the gas and other appliances are being.
Almost, I guess it probably costs less in electricity
Are
than
there,
single AC units too, so.
are there solar panels on the building?
no.
That might, that's the way they make sense, is when you're basically making your own electricity, so you're not, then you're saving.
Well, that's why we're getting to the next
Next,
topic.
next topic, nice saying that a little better.
No,
Cambridge, oh, solar reimbursement.
So I guess if anybody has any, if nobody has any objections, I'll just confirm with them that yes, it's good to go.
Do it.
Okay. Solar reimbursements. So we have two solar units in town. One is up on the town pit on Stebbins Road. It's operated by a company called Cambridge Solar LLC. They're out of Orford, New Hampshire. They pay their bills. We have no benefit because it's on the co-op grid up there, and we don't have any town property on the co-op. So according to Larry, which I haven't confirmed, I believe Smugs buys the credits from that farm
That's what
there.
I remember.
That's how I
Way back
understand
then,
it.
but-
yeah.
I haven't really, I was gonna reach out to Mark Delaney and just ask him to see if that's really is true. Not that it really has any matter for tonight's discussion, but just more curious. And I did try to reach out to the owner of the property just to, reintroduce ourselves. But checks come in every year for the rent, so really no issue
So
there.
we own the property,
Yes,
they own the solar,
yes.
and
They pay
they,
us a rent every year to lease the property for the panels. And
what is, you
interesting,
know what that rent is?
2000,
The one, Jeff, or Stebbins Road,
Devon's Road.
$2,548
Thank you.
a year.
The, interestingly enough, they pay property tax on the solar farm. I did not know that until this week. Don't ask me what it is, but I did look it up and there is a bill, the tax bill that goes to them for,
That section of what they have.
Huh?
For that section of what they're built on.
Oh, just the
just the panels themselves.
Oh.
They don't pay school taxes. They pay, municipal taxes only. And I tried to do some Googling on that one. I couldn't find it, but yeah, it's a thing. Yeah. And I
Okay.
double checked a bunch of other solar things in town and they're all the same way, so.
Okay.
Anyways, moving on to the landfill, which is referred to as Cambridge Landfill GLC Solar LLC or something like that. Yep. So that is operated, that's on Green Mountain Power's grid, which is what all of the town properties are under. So brace yourselves. The development there was done by a company called Green Lantern Solar that just got bought out last year by a company called Dispatch Energy or something. But so they develop it. We have a lease with GLC for the same thing. It's $2,000 a year to lease the property to have their panels on it. They also pay taxes. But immediately after we did that deal and we have a lease agreement with them and we have a net metering agreement with them. Immediately after that, they sold the solar fields to a different entity who has owned it basically from day one. And we discovered that he has never paid the rent, the annual rent on that solar field.
That 2,000 a year?
That sale took place when?
Well, we don't really know, but I believe it's either the end of 2018 or early 2019. It's a little unclear because so far as I know, the town wasn't really notified of that sale. Not that it really matters. However, I was able to make contact with him. Eric and I talked with him the other day. Totally owns up to it. Totally says, yep, he's a lawyer. Come to find out. Said, yep, this is my mistake. I've never written you guys a check and that's 100% on me. So he's going to write us a check for 7 years of back pay plus this year's current. So we should be getting a check for 18 grand, 16 grand. I'll get this, that's where I'm headed with the question, but to finish the explanation of how all this works, because it really boggled my mind for years. So our net metering agreement with the solar company and Green Lantern still operates and does the financials and stuff on behalf of this guy that owns it. And his company is called Solar Holdings LLC or some random thing. So we get, because Green Mountain Power has, Green Lantern doesn't have an account with Green Mountain. So all of the credits, anything generated from that solar farm goes to us. We receive 100% of the benefit of any generation that's made. We get 100% of it. The net metering agreement is a 90-10 split. They get 90% of the credits. We retain 10%.
And when you say they, that's Green Mountain Power
No,
No.
Green Lantern
for Solar Holding LLC.
yeah. We'll just say Green Lantern for the sake.
Okay.
The difference there between the two entities doesn't really matter for this explanation.
Okay.
But
So it's a 90-10 split.
Green Lantern sends us a bill for the 90%. And we pay it them back for
Oh.
that. And this was the deal that was done before my arrival.
So Green Mountain Power takes all the net metering, gives it all to us.
Yeah.
And then because we have an agreement, we pay them 90% and
Yeah.
keep 10%.
Yeah, so we get a 10% reduction on our power bills. For, you know, what is generated. And then we get $2,000 a year for the lease of the space. And then obviously the town gets some tax dollars out of the solar panels.
So how is that? Who gets the 10% decrease?
We do.
Who's we?
The town of Cambridge.
As
So-
defined
So
by,
anyways,
Okay.
that 10%, so the way it's done, it's split amongst the 4 properties that the town owns. Town office, fire station, rescue building, and the town garage.
okay,
That accounts for 50% of the total credits. I couldn't understand why the net metering agreement was only 50% till I figured out the other 50% is the school. And why we don't see that is because there's a separate net metering agreement between the school and Green Lantern. For that other
That
50%,
we did,
the town did,
the town did.
yes.
I don't remember that part.
Well,
So how
if
much,
you read in the old town report, because that's where I even questioned an old select board member and he threw his hands up at me and said, I guess I don't remember. Well,
Don't I
it's
remember the
written
school?
on the-
That's all.
on the back, well, I guess I looked it up online. It's written on the back cover of, I think it was the 2018, 2019, or 2020 town report. It explains it all. So we're really only getting 10% of the half. The school gets the other half of that 10% towards the school electricity there.
can we just say 5%? Or is that not right?
Well, it's 10% of 50%. The way the agreement's written, but yeah, sure, okay. If that's how your brain
How-
works.
Oh, it's,
So is the town paying back to them the full 90%? Or are you only doing 45% and the school doing 45%?
So they send a bill to the school separate, totally separate from us. So we're only paying back the 90% of our half, basically. So they also send them a bill for their half.
Now, the net metering, how much did that actually total of the bill of the town's electric bill?
Well, so I've only gotten the last 12 months. I need more info and I'm working on collecting it. It's not that.
Yeah, so should I this?
Hmm?
Even more than so it's like 60. Yeah.
So the last 12 months, it saved us $1,700 roughly. Electricity total, all 4 buildings.
so what do our 4 buildings cost us?
Looks like their thing is really confusing that she sent me.
Now, what'd you say?
23, looks like $23,000. But it's more than that because the, the way the power bill is broken up,
Mhm.
there's like the power expenses, the kilowatt hours,
Yes,
which is where the credits get applied to.
yes,
But there's all these other fees
yes,
that are just standard. You gotta pay those regardless of
Yeah.
how much electricity you use.
yes.
So the credits only apply to the kilowatt
Kilowatt
hours. And then there's separate fees that are exclusive.
They're
to
built
that.
in. Yep, yep.
But the total of the kilowatt hours was $23,100. We would have. It would have been, if we owned that thing completely, we would have about $16,500 of, in the past 12 months, of total savings. But we only keep 10% of that, so that's like 16,000.
So that number that.
But you
comes-
you could double that, be like 32,000, 33,000, if we had 100% of it. But the way it's set up right now, the school gets half.
So of the funds that we get, credits that we get out of that, the town, is that just divided up equally between our four buildings?
Well, I'm working on that because the net meeting agreement has percentages split up, which total 50%. And it would shock you about how it's split up. Because the rescue building is 33% of the 50.
Hmm.
Yeah, but near as I could tell, it's split up evenly. In actuality, but I need them to explain that to me because I don't really get it. And we have the ability to switch it per the agreement. We as a town have the ability to massage those percentages. But it kind of looks like they already did that anyways.
In-house, we don't get like, the town highway department doesn't get the credit from them, get the credit from us, right? Does it
You gotta
come to
explain
us?
them and us to me again.
The solar company.
Yeah.
What they get, you said all those funds come here. And we must be able to distribute them to each of the departments, correct?
They come onto each individual invoice for the highway department, for the town office, for
Okay.
rescue. for fire.
The town gets are you talking from GMP or from GLC?
From GMP.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
GMP
guess
sends
that's
out a
good for
bill, 4 separate bills.
Yeah.
The town actually receives 2.
Yeah.
Fire receives 1, rescue receives 1.
So
And they-
my
and
guess
they-
is
those two
it must
pay
be
those.
equally was my
But then,
thought.
who does Green Lantern send a bill to? Total. The town of Kansas,
It's gotta come here.
Yeah, they send a bill to us,
to the
and
town.
then we have 2 buckets, one in highway and one in the town office, where we send that money that's divided,
Right.
we have the numbers they give us.
Yeah, if it's $1,600, I was gonna say, without calling your wife, because I know she'd had that right off the top of her head. I was gonna guess it was $300 to $400 is what we get at the firehouse.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
really know, because the way that she broke this up, yeah, it's confusing.
So the reason back in 2018, we went for this model is because it didn't cost us anything. They did the upfront cost of the solar.
Well, there's whole other part to this, which is why they sold the place to begin with, is because this guy's company is able to receive, there's federal tax credits or
Mhm.
incentives
Mhm.
that he's able to recoup. And like you can depreciate and do a bunch of accounting stuff. So it made sense, I assume, for him to purchase the solar property project so that he can collect on all that.
Mhm.
And that's why in the next topic is there's a buyout clause for the town in the agreement to potentially buy it from them after a period of 7 years. Why 7 years? Because that's when the tax credits all expire. They're not reaping that benefit anymore.
Right.
So that's point number 2. So to continue on that, so when we talked to them, he said, well, it's $2,000 a year plus any interest. And again, I stuck my foot in my mouth and I said, well, we'd like to talk to you about this buyout thing, because I'd be willing to negotiate with you. The buyout clause is expired. It expired last fall, I think. But I didn't really know. It's 7 years based on a date that I didn't know until just earlier today, which was December of 2025. But we need to have notified them 120 days prior to that date, so it's expired. He said he would still be willing to talk with us about it.
Okay.
That as far as he's concerned, it's not necessarily expired, if we wanted to entertain it. But he said, oh, well, I owe you the $16,000 plus interest, and I was like, well, let's talk about the interest thing, because maybe we could use that as a bargaining chip. And to me, I wasn't really gonna get all that caught up on it. I don't know exactly what we would pick for an interest rate, and how we calculate that, maybe it's another $1,000 or so, but. He was extremely humble, I would, I think he was a little embarrassed by it too. Because I was a little worried that he was gonna,
I doubt that very much.
but
Why? Because he's a lawyer?
Because he just made a lot of money of our own ignorance.
for our own ignorance,
Yes.
which part?
Well, if you owned a building and you had a tenant and they didn't pay you, wouldn't you call them?
Oh, well, yeah. Anyways, I don't know why that slipped through the cracks for so many years, but we've closed the loop now. So tonight I wanted to hear your thoughts on whether we wanted to charge him interest on that amount for the past 6 years, 7 years. If we do, how much, how do we calculate that, how much, et cetera. And then 3, I've asked him to start thinking about whether he'd want to sell that back to the town. And I've started to do research on what that would be. I don't have a lot of answers, but if you all say like, absolutely not, no way, just leave it be. We're making a killing off this 2,000 this year. We can certainly do that. I asked him, I said, what did you pay for it back in 2018 or 2019? He said 595,000. It's had 7 years of degradation. Obviously, we would likely need to hire an appraisal, a solar appraisal company
Yeah.
to figure it. And the way the buyout is written is that the 2 parties would split the cost for the appraisal. And basically that whatever they say is final as far as the price, but there's lots of other, I've very oversimplified the description there, but. If it was 600,000, I'd say it's not worth it.
Never get your money back.
No. I mean, they're generally,
In 20 years, you don't, on the solar panels on my house. I just changed who I'm paying. I didn't save anything.
Yep. I've had people who tell me the same thing on these. I've asked that question when they do. And they break even at the time that they're replaced at the end of 20 years.
Yeah.
yeah, so something to think about. I don't know what he would sell it for. I mean, I tried to push him a little bit to see if he had any sense of how much, just a rough order of magnitude. I mean, if he said 150,000, it'd be one thing, but if he wants 750,000,
Mhm.
it's likely another, so.
As far as I'm concerned, if you wanna spend the time doing this, have at it, but.
Yeah.
It
I mean, really-
doesn't sound like it's never gonna amount to
Said
heck of a lot of-
$1,600 a month you're getting for electric credit
No, it's 1,600 a
Annual.
year.
a year.
Yeah, it would be 16,000. And I think to go back to what the select board back then was thinking is that if we generated the full 33,000, we weren't gonna, there'd be excess. And the Green Mountain Power, the utility doesn't allow that. You gotta have like more, you gotta get rid of it somewhere else. You gotta have that agreement already set up. So I think that's why they joined up with the school. So they knew like no matter what, like 100% of it was gonna get eaten up by the 5 buildings. So I think that's why, because 100% of the electricity in these 4 buildings wasn't really gonna cover that. The full generation in a year.
So it makes sense just to keep the same kind, that you're splitting it. But then you take our half. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't think if it does anything, it may pay for itself. If the selling cost is like $100,000, maybe. I can't do the math in my head
Yeah.
like that, but
Well, if our in electric bill is greater than 23,000 annually, and that generates roughly 16,000 based on the 10% we get back. That's probably not 100% accurate, but just rough numbers. It still wouldn't cover our total bill to own it.
That's just us though, not the school.
Yeah, we would, in the last 12 months, the total 100% was 33,000 in generated credits.
Potentially creating.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
So the array, the solar array, generated in the last 12 months, $33,000 worth of savings and credits.
Ah.
We split that with the school, 50-50, so each one got 16,500-ish,
Right,
right? And then we only kept 10% of that, so the 1,600.
right.
So if we kept 100% of it in the past 12 months, we would have $33,000 worth of credits.
We wouldn't have to still split with our school.
I said 100%.
If we owned it 100%
If
ourselves.
we owned it 100%. But GMP wouldn't allow that. We would still have to make some sort of agreement with another entity on the GMP grid to sell the excess power to. So we would have to somehow, whether we kept the 50% with the school, just bought that net metering agreement with the package deal,
Mhm.
and we would, our bill would go from 23,000 to 8,000. And then just let them keep that, so they get $16,000 every year, and they'd get 1,600, we'd keep that 90%, so it would be more, actually. I don't know how all that works.
Right, right.
Getting
Well,
out
yeah,
the theoretical realm here, but
And when, in 2018, when they put those in, what was the lifespan of those panels?
the people I was talking to said 20 to 25 years.
Because mine are 25.
Yeah, it's typical.
But like your houses, the power company doesn't pay you if you generate more. They just hold the credits and hopefully you'll use them up on the cloudy days and the days your panels are covered with
You
snow.
can also give those credits to people if you generate a lot.
Right, but they're not gonna write you a check.
They don't give me money back,
No,
but I
I
can
mean,
donate the
yeah.
credits to people.
Give me my address.
You need it.
I like the way the snow is this year. It's just been sticking to everybody's panel. I haven't seen a bare panel now in over a month.
So I was gonna do a little bit more digging to see, and I also reached out to the other solar guy up here. That one would be a little different in that we'd be essentially getting in the net metering business to sell it to an entity like Smugs, but, so that one likely doesn't really make all that much sense, but.
Right.
I got this little light in the back of my head that I think it'd be worth just looking at it a little bit more to see, because I think that can't look at the tomorrow scenario, the next 5 years, but if 20 years away, if we were to, and the payback was, where does that put us in? Now, that's 20 years away. One of those panels gonna be worth that one too. So yeah, I know, I think we could look at that a little bit.
Are you interested in doing the research?
I'm interested in doing just a little bit more research, but if I get to a dead end, I have no problem just calling it
Okay.
thing. Never mind.
Well, I would appreciate if you could do a little more.
I did ask the Green Lantern to provide basically the entire history of the generation report. So now they claim to have it, but so it's gonna take her a little bit of time to generate it. Cause I would like to see, cause one of the things my little birdie told me is like degradation over time is a real thing.
Mhm.
So just trying to see what that is and
Falling off.
how it's trended over the last few years and
Mhm.
see if there are any trends. Cause then you could likely project that,
Mhm.
over time, what that degradation is and. Yeah, understanding that, but. So.
I just wanted to let you guys know that in the actual warrants in front of you guys, there is a solar invoice in there for an example for you guys to look at. So you can see the breakdown between like the town garage, the town hall, rescue and everything. And also there's Green Mountain Power invoices in there as well.
Thank you.
And you send those, the other two to rescue and fire, Jessica? Or somebody does?
No, so it's all combined on one sheet. So it's under C in the warrants. It's under Cambridge landfill. If you look on in the warrants. So it's broken down on the same invoice. We pay everything. They do have different line items. That's how we do that part. I don't know what rescue does on their end. Like, obviously we don't pay for rescue's electricity bill from Green Mountain Power. But
No, but they're actually receiving 100% of the benefit. And we are not. What I think what I'll do, because I think what Mark used to do was at the end of the year, send them a bill. Because I feel like Christie always used to say that she complained that she'd have to like beg for it at the end of the year to like finalize her budget to get a year-end bill for that. So what I think what I'll do is when I talk to Green Lantern, we should change the percentages to the 100% of how that would work. Yeah. Yeah, because they're receiving 100% of the benefit, and the two town buildings are getting it in the shorts. Yeah. Yeah. I'll have to think about that, because maybe there's a way we can change the percentages so the town gets, the two town buildings are 95% or something, and then. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it works really. Okay. That was all I had on other business. Agendas for next time.
You put subdivision on there.
I don't know, because we're gonna, Jim sent over his recommendations and comments. Everyone sent it to April. I do think they need to respond to that.
I think. I mean, I read through his comments, I read through his explanation of why he made those suggestions. I didn't see anything that stood out to me. It was like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. It all made sense to me, but I also didn't do the drafting of the the updates. So I think, in my opinion, I think they really need to take it seriously and add it if, unless there's like some extreme objection to it.
Their meeting is on the 3rd. February 16th, our next meeting is on the 17th. So why don't we add it,
Their meeting's when?
the 16th, I think, the 3rd Monday?
Okay, there's a
planning
third. I was like, what's today?
The 16th, we meet on the 17th, maybe I'll have more information.
I wrote down last time on my to-do that I was to look up the subdivision regulation, like hearing process of what we're gonna do. I cannot for the life of me find that. And there was a document sent to me that like had like some like process of the steps to follow.
Oh, yeah, I can bring that to you.
Because that was my answer.
Like Melissa or something.
Yeah, that was my answer to your email, was like, I can't find that file and I don't know what the next steps are because I can't find that.
Okay.
But if I have that, then we can answer it, but I'd rather not push this next meeting. Push to have it on this next meeting, especially if they're meeting the night before. I don't think that's fair to anybody. What I would rather say is have them meet. Have them talk, have the planning commission meet. Discuss those changes, decide whether to add them or not. Probably recommend they add them. And then, when they have their final copy, let the select board know. And then we can either do it I don't know if the first meeting after the town meeting is good or not, but maybe the second meeting. I have to see that process.
Yeah, right here.
laid out to like,
I'll resend it to you, because it's not a big, quick,
okay.
easy one to.
And then I can also
I'll send it to you.
touch base with April too on that and figure out a plan forward, but till we know what they wanna do with those comments, I think we need to wait.
I think the second meeting would be better.
Yeah, likely. But I'm sure there's like so many days of notice and like all that stuff that we wanna abide by, so it likely would have to be anyways. So, I'll make that, so maybe 3. Let's see. Well, there's 4 Tuesdays in March this year. 3/17. Sally, oh, maybe just read what else is on there. So Eric got a request from a person about wanting to host a running event on a town road.
Have enough?
But what was the, remind me again, he just wants to know, see what our thoughts are in allowing it.
There's 100 people roughly, we'll start on North Cambridge. Go around Pond Road and Fletcher and come back up Falcon Harbor and North Cambridge Road,
What
So
time
go
of
out
year?
on Route 15?
Harbor and North Cambridge don't, no,
Oh, it's
just that
got one section of that
little
little,
loop there on Falcon Harbor. Um. He didn't have a lot of details other than that.
Let's see. It'd be nice if he could provide like a little write-up or like a map and like that kind of stuff. You could take a few minutes to like, and like a write-up meaning like roughly when, like that kind of info, if he hasn't already.
Yeah, he said in June, about 100 people.
there's some organization,
He didn't specify which organization he's trying to support, but
or even,
yeah, I told him to come in on, you know, if we decide, come in and talk about it.
Katie Hill Road, Reg has been patient, and we should probably talk to him. Reg Wilcox.
I have a suggestion, but not. I almost don't expect that this would be a good idea to do in just before town meeting. But your comment before about, how to, motivate people to pay their taxes.
I have that on my list of things to talk about, and
No,
hope, I guess I don't.
I don't know, will be mad at me, but what I'm suggesting is should there be, if you pay it beforehand, that you can take 5% off or something like that,
Can't budget like that.
Yeah, you'd have to pay them,
what?
you couldn't budget, like Eric said, how you gonna budget and figure out what's gonna be short?
You have the budget based on everyone taking the discount.
Then you're in good shape when.
Yeah, okay.
Because you don't
She's
have,
not only gonna be mad at you, she's going to kill you.
so is there some other way to motivate people to pay their taxes, whatever?
Understood. I don't think we'll have, be prepared enough to talk about it next week, or in 2 weeks, but. There's also a request by the fire department. They wanna set up a training facility at the town pit. And wanted to get select board approval to move forward with that project,
What kind of training?
like
Burn some?
firefighting
No.
training.
Interior smoke.
Some Connex, purchasing some Connex boxes, putting them together with smoke inside of it for interior such. No, like fire, just smoke.
There's still room up there for the lift parts too.
Like teaching your guys how to get their masks on, stuff like that?
How to search in a building,
Okay, all lots of things.
ladder the sides, all sorts of things, yeah.
Then he was asking things about insurance and whether they need to be like some type of written agreement and things like that, and I didn't really have thought enough to really, speculate, so.
I know
Really
he'll
not
have
my
information
call.
on his end because
Huh?
I know he'll have information on his end because I prompted a lot of that of, let's get some insurance information or insurance company thoughts.
Yeah, and I think they've done that too. I
Prior to,
believe,
yes,
but-
I know he has.
Or at least he talked to his insurance. I made it sound like he had said something, sent something.
I haven't checked with ours. It started as a Connex and then it's kind of grown for.
Yeah.
More.
Well, he said something about he was worried that if the town were to like sell the property or whatever, having some type of lease agreement in writing, and I was like, well, if, one, I don't foresee us selling the property anytime soon. Secondly, when does the town do anything that happens that fast? Third, if that was the case, we can always just draft some type of easement or whatever into it anyway. So I'm like, I'm not that worried about it. There's so many other things in this town we don't have written agreements for that just happen.
They don't get where they own more and more land all the time.
Yeah.
I think he was just thinking, how do we protect, if they're going to invest in, and this is his thing to present to us, but if they were going to invest in putting a cement slab in to set these on and such, and then secure them all down in place, how do they help protect themselves too, just in case? You are all in agreement here, but what does that mean 20 years from now?
Right.
And that sort of scenario, that's all.
Yeah, and it'd be impressive to see if he could actually put a cement slab down, because I don't think that would last very long. Like put gasoline in your dump trucks, right?
That's not.
Highway equipment, I assume this is excavating.
Yeah.
Audit, single audit, have we gotten a proposal yet, or are you just thinking that we'd get one by then?
I'm hoping we have one by then.
And then Sally, not Reynolds, Laughlin. Wanted to do an update about the property on, the Barrel Hill.
Foreman land.
Apparently, I remember they have all their funding.
I read her email. Looking at what we've already got. I guess I didn't really see what the urgency was or what they're really, didn't seem like it was an ask. It seemed like it was just an update.
Yeah, quick one.
Yeah, it sounds like they still have more work to do, which involves the village of Cambridge. And getting some type of agreement in place. Which, again, I just don't really feel like filling time with like.
Let's see what we get from the Vermont Land Trust in the meantime and what.
If there was an urgent need or ask, then it'd be one thing, but I didn't really see that there. It seems like there's still more work to do. And I'm fine with waiting until they have those other boxes checked.
See what it wants.
Maybe.
They're happy that they've completed getting the money and they
Yeah,
want to
big,
brag a little bit.
or just upgrade datas.
That's all I had on
For them.
for the other business. Okay. Then
I can brag about the community center.
there'd be a motion in order,
It will.
that the board finds that premature general public knowledge regarding pending or probable litigation would place the board at a substantial disadvantage and therefore enter executive session under 1 BSA 313A1. Do I have someone to make that motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Yes, sir.
Any further discussion? Will include Eric, Donna and Jessica, Donna Warren and Jessica, they're still on, yeah. In that discussion. If there are no other discussion, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstained. Motion carries. Go into executive session at 8:20. So we're gonna.